Have you noticed a lot of your favorite stackers on YouTube talking about gold and silver mines, pumping them up, doing sponsored videos on the topic? I know I have, and I've been pretty confused by that. So let's talk about it.
I love gold!
Hey, Scrooge McStacker here, and today I want to talk about my thoughts on all of these gold and silver mining interviews and pumping up of gold and silver mining stocks that I've been seeing on YouTube. You know, some of my favorite YouTube stackers have been doing one, two, three, a number of these videos, doing interviews with CEOs of various mines, gold and silver mines, which is clearly about getting people to purchase the gold and silver mining stocks. I keep coming back to the question, why are they doing that? To me, I don't really see the relationship, and I'm going to talk to you about that today. So here are just a few screenshots from some of my favorite stackers. You look in their video description, and it's sponsored video after sponsored video, Blue Lagoon Resources, First Mining Gold, various gold and silver mining companies, which of course are publicly listed. They sell stock on the stock market. And I just don't understand why these stackers are promoting these things. Not that they can't or not that they shouldn't. I'm not here to be the YouTube police. I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I went and grabbed a comparison of a few different stocks that you can buy. Here we have a couple companies, and we actually have two gold index funds. So we have Blue Lagoon Resources and First Mining Gold. We also have GDX and GDXJ gold mining, the VanEck Vectors gold mining index funds, the major and minors essentially. And I've shown what Google plots as their change in price, their price action over time since 2017. Now, I will point out here that Blue Lagoon, it looks like they didn't even come onto the market until late 2019. So keep that in mind. But the other three have existed since at least 2017, and you can see their price action here. Now, here's the thing that I want to ask my fellow stackers. You know, when you watch these videos where these interviews are done and you hear about these price predictions for gold and silver, the CEOs are saying, oh, gold is going to go up and silver is going to go up. Doesn't that give you the sense that the price of gold and silver mining stocks are supposed to somehow correlate with the price of physical gold and silver? I mean, aren't we being led to believe that when the price of this physical stuff goes up or down, that the price of gold and silver mining stocks should go up or down? Well, the first issue that I want to show you here with this chart is that these mining stocks don't even correlate with each other. You know, isn't that something that we should bear in mind? Now, GDX and GDXJ, they are fairly well correlated. They're not identical, they're not perfect, but they are pretty close in their movements up and down. But then we come in with First Mining Gold, and it's on a totally different trajectory. So where the GDX and GDXJ are roughly stagnant, First Mining Gold for years was just going down, down, down. Now, they both have a pop in the middle of 2020 and into 2021, but not the same pop, not the same amounts, not at exactly the same time. They still aren't really tightly coupled. And then we throw Blue Lagoon into this mix, and almost immediately after launching, that stock price plummets, and then it stagnates from about the middle of 2020 up to the present. Now, I'm not trying to give any advice on any particular stock purchases, and I'm not trying to say anything negative about Blue Lagoon or First Mining. What I'm pointing out to you is that these trends are not correlated. These different, either the gold index funds or the gold mines, they move at different times for different reasons. So how could they possibly be correlated with the movement of the gold price? Let's take a look. Here I've superimposed the price of gold. Now, this is not exactly right on the timing, but I have roughly superimposed the price of gold on those same stock price trends. Notice just how different the price of gold is in terms of price action compared to the price of those various stocks. We have gold stagnating or moving towards a slightly positive direction for years, while the index funds and one of the gold stocks are actually moving down. They're actually moving in the opposite direction of the price of gold. Well, that's pretty weird. You certainly wouldn't get that impression from the videos interviewing these CEOs, right? Like it's being implied that if the price of gold goes up, then the price of the stock goes up. But look at this. Look at Blue Lagoon. The price of gold spikes in 2020 during the pandemic, and the price of Blue Lagoon goes the opposite direction. Gold is going way up. Blue Lagoon is going way down. Now, I'm sure they have some kind of explanation for that. I'm sure there was something happening in the business that explains that change. But my only point to you is it clearly is not tracking the price of gold. And even First Mining, this other gold mine stock, it goes up a little bit with gold, but not a lot. And it's still underwater. It's way below the zero mark on the 5-year movement. So if you bought into that mine 5 years ago, you've still lost a bunch of your money. And even with the spike in 2020, you didn't make it back. Now here again, the GDX and GDXJ are closer in price action to that of gold, but still not identical. So let me talk about another thing that you need to keep in mind. I've shown you that the prices aren't correlated, or at least they are very loosely correlated. You cannot expect gold and silver mining stocks to move up and down with the price of physical gold and silver. But here's another problem. When it comes to stacking, we know each other in the community. We know our local coin shops. We know the online bullion dealers. We know where to buy our gold and silver, and we know where to sell our gold and silver. But that situation gets a lot murkier when you move over here to the stock market. See, 100% of stackers are interested in gold and or silver. But how many stock market traders have any interest in gold and silver mining stocks? Here's one of the big things that I think these other YouTubers are not making clear. Gold and silver mining stocks are stocks first, and they are gold and silver second. If you're ever going to sell your gold and silver mining stocks, you have to find somebody else on the stock market who's willing to buy them from you. When was the last time that you saw stock market traders interested in gold and silver? We've kind of got two groups, right? We've got the institutional buyers. Now, it is so unusual for institutional buyers to put serious money into gold and silver mining stocks or gold and silver at all that, when that happened, when Warren Buffett's fund put some money into Barrick Gold, that was global news. That one movement within one fund, Warren Buffett's fund moves some money into Barrick Gold, and that was global news about, for gold and silver, right? That's how unusual it is. One trade, it's global news. That means the other 364 days out of the year, it's probably not happening. Institutions don't seem to be particularly interested in gold and silver mining stocks. Then the other side is kind of the retail traders, all these Robinhood style traders that are doing high frequency trading. Have any of them ever talked to you about gold and silver mining stocks? I bet you they don't even know they exist. I bet most Robinhood traders don't even know that GDX and GDXJ are listed. They are all about big tech, the Facebook, the Apple. They're about the meme stocks, AMC, GameStop. They're all about cryptocurrency. They don't care about gold and silver mining stocks. So as with any investment, if you're going to get in, you need to know how you're going to get out. So after you buy some of these gold and silver mining stocks, who's going to buy them from you in the future? And what reason do you have to believe that they're going to be willing to pay more than you paid? I'm not saying they won't. Those people might exist and you might make a return. I'm just saying when you look at the stock market and you consider how few people ever talk about gold and silver mining stocks, who's going to buy them from you? And by the way, full disclosure, I do have positions in multiple gold index funds and silver mining index funds. I am in GDX. I am in GDXJ. I'm also in some silver positions. Now, I've been trying to get out of those positions for a long time because I'm negative on all of them. I'm underwater on all of my gold and silver stock market positions. So I'm trying to get out, but the price just can't seem to recover to the point where I bought it. So I'm waiting until I get back near zero. Then I'm going to sell it. And then for me personally, this is not financial advice, but for me personally, I'm probably out of gold and silver in the stock market altogether. I would much rather just sit here and keep buying Scrooge McDuck physical gold coins than I would purchasing stocks. So my point here is that gold and silver mining are not the same thing as stacking. We all know this to a certain degree, but I think some of us get excited when we see these interviews with these CEOs that are talking about, hey, our mine is just about to start digging and we've found this vein of gold and we're ready to produce and the price of gold in general is going to go up. We start conflating the two. We start thinking of gold mines like physical gold. Here's the reality. When you buy gold mining stocks, they are not going to send you a free gold coin in the mail every month. That's not how it works. They might pay you a dividend, but then Apple pays dividends too. That happens in the stock market all the time. So those are my thoughts on gold and silver mines and gold and silver mining stock. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. None of this is financial advice. All investments have some purpose, some kind of return, some kind of risk profile. If you know what you're getting into and you want to be in gold and silver mining stocks, hey, go for it. Do whatever makes sense to you. I just wanted to try to clear the air on the connection between gold and silver mining stocks versus stacking physical gold and silver, which is what most of us want to do with our money and our time. So with that, I hope you learned something. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like. Please do subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. As always, I'm Scrooge McStacker. Keep on stacking.